enough things. I don't know when this video probably gonna be out there on this day or after this day. For some of y'all that's watching live, I do appreciate y'all, and to the others, it is good. Well, I'm of course joined with GGC Mafia co-owner, owner of also co-owner of Blurred Cartel. It is Hollywood Sensei. How you doing, Hollywood?
Yes, sir. It's your boy Hollywood Sensei, Sensei of the Blur Cartel, Sensei of the GGC Mafia Resident Advisor. We back.
And of course, we got the legendary Prince of Debauchery.
We back.
You already know. Your local neighborhood scumbag here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag, same gimmick, different day. You know the vibes.
And let's get started. We're gonna give them that GGC Mafia energy when we start.
I go by young boy, not zip you up from talking shit. These niggas bitches, and I know that they ain't broke this shit. Can't come home.
I don't know what they got to do with it. I felt like he got us in.
Not the cat. He said, "Hey, what's up, nigga?"
There's seriousness in that cat. You feel it every time.
It is. You feel the energy. He had a chain on, bro. He had a chain on. Hollywood is going out for a minute. So, but we're gonna let y'all see the list while we get my boy Hollywood back. There you go. He back. Hollywood, you good? Everything good?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I
Yep.
can hear you.
All right.
All right. So we got the list up. We doing got. This is a good list. So we're gonna be trying to get into it. This is our wrestling tier list. I'm gonna go off my criteria, and then I'm gonna let everybody else go there, so y'all can understand where we coming from. We pick my criteria is basically S tier is who changed wrestling forever in a global stance, and go down is from then it goes to great wrestlers to and down. How are you going off this list?
Same impact of their impact in the wrestling industry. Also, quality of matches.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and
Boy, Hollywood froze again. Hello, Hollywood.
He might have went out. Oh, he's back.
Are you back? You've been going out a little bit in and out, so I don't know if you having any issue. But basically, I think he said he got the same criteria, quality of matches, storylines, all that stuff, going from S to D tier.
yeah.
So we'll see if how to get his stuff fixed. Toro, what is your criteria?
All right. I'm not gonna lie to folks. There will be some personal bias in here. There has to be at some point. I will probably bring that. Not gonna lie, but along with everything else, of course, quality of match is gonna rate quite highly in any of my decisions. Along with impact is important as well. I even if you didn't win a whole bunch, but if you had like an impact of like raising people up the card, freaking, I count that too. So I'm just gonna try and not let my bias take too tight a grip. But
So I wanted to start off with I wanted to start and end with one of the current what people consider goats. So we're gonna start off with the world heavyweight champion in WWE, and we're gonna end with the Universal WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion. So we're gonna start off, of course, with Seth Rollins. Where are we putting Seth Rollins on our tier list?
okay, I don't think we. And to anyone who thinks this might be early, Seth Rollins is S tier all day in my opinion. First ever, first ever NXT champion. Freaking he, even though he didn't win the first ever Universal title, he was in the match for it, and then still ended up getting it the night after, even though he lost because of the unfortunate mishap with Finn and the barricade bomb. We all know the story, but I mean, as I bring up on almost every wrestling show, Seth Rollins was declared almost unanimously the best wrestler of the year last year with a 76% loss rate, and he still won Wrestler of the Year. I mean, he's given us match after match after match that is pure fire, from matches with Roman to matches with Brock to matches with AJ to matches with anyone you can really think of, old or new school. If Seth's had a chance to get at him, he's got at him and has done extremely well. There's no way, in my opinion, that S. Rollins isn't S tier.
Hollywood.
Seth freaking Rollins,
Seth freaking Rollins.
S tier. You know what I mean, his impact is there. He's like, you look at him from
The architect.
from the architect, from the visionary to Seth freaking Rollins. Like, You know what I mean? The title runs, the
A,
money
a
in the
former
bank,
dog of war.
definitely part of the Shield. Probably one of the greatest cash-ins ever.
And let's not forget, I don't know if we're counting this or not. His time in Ring of Honor, we're not going to. Tyler Black had timeless matches with
Facts.
freaking AJ Styles, Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega, freaking any and everyone you could think of from Ring of Honor to Dragon Gate to freaking every indie in between, up and down the coast. He was there putting in the work. This random part Mexican kid from Iowa. Let's go.
Yeah, Seth.
Shout out Colby Lopez.
I got S tier. No reason.
I had him high A, but I don't mind S because I just feel like he just need that one run to just solidify.
Bro? Do you not remember
Listen,
him beating Brock Lesnar for the Universal title a couple years? What run hasn't he had yet?
that's winning a championship. I want that one, which this one could be.
Hey, this could be the one that you're actually looking for.
Could be the one. So I just
Let's say Raw looks intriguing tonight. I'm
yeah,
not
my
gonna
S
lie.
tier list got that one like defining like run that's just gonna make them that level. But I feel
Man,
like
I
he
hope no
just
old people are gonna watch this list because I don't know how everyone else is. I don't. I want to. Okay, so these guys don't catch any heat beforehand. I am not the biggest fan of mid to late 80s mid South wrestling into when the WWF was a thing before Vince Sr. went anywhere.
I don't think we
So
went that far on most of the people. I just
I
put
just
most of
saw
it.
Arn Anderson on here, nigga. What are you talking about?
But he was 90s too. I can't for.
And there's Andre the Giant. What are you talking about? Let me get my. But yeah. So if I
Well, we
call
know
for some of
him.
these people to be ranked poorly, my bias might be showing.
I did put Andre in there, even though I changed my mind after about putting them in there. But he's so legendary. I think you kind of know him, so I think I did put
I
him.
mean, think about all the time he spent with Stephanie McMahon. He was her best friend,
Next up,
allegedly.
next up, we got Kofi Kingston, Kofi Mania, world champion. I did forget Big E in this list, but Big E, I put him the same where I put Kofi. But y'all can just tell me where y'all got Kofi Kingston.
I got Kofi's a solid B. If we're talking about just his singles run, of course, him and the New Day are one of the best tag teams, but as opposed to single run, and I know we had Kofi Mania and he got the belt, but that doesn't change the fact of 6 seconds on a Monday Night Raw before the belt came back to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my
Out of
opinion,
here.
solid B tier for freaking Kofi
Kofi,
Kingston.
what he had? WWE Championship.
I think he's been Has he been IC or US champion?
Yes, I think he has. Let me see. I think he has though.
I can't believe you still haven't put an E or an F tier on this.
I try not to put F tier people, even though we might hate some people. What you saying, how
Individually, Kofi had a solid run for me, and Kofi Mania. Everybody that was just like, the impact of that. Like when
But
he
since Kofi Mania, ever since Kofi Mania, he's never pulled off another Royal Rumble save, like where they tried to do the fans. I don't know if it's on purpose or what, but he has not gotten off a single one of those amazing WrestleMania saves that he usually gets. Or Royal Rumble saves.
Kofi's won every title, I think.
Has he? Let's go. Maybe
I'll give Kofi an A tier.
I was about to say I'll change mine as well. A tier. I didn't know that he'd ran.
He's a three-time U.S. champion, a 4-time Intercontinental Championship. All the time he's never wearing was a
sometimes
world
I
heavyweight
forget
title.
how long Kofi was there before New Day was even a thing.
Hey guys.
Hey Joe.
I'm at my work desk and I didn't know that this was about that. I apologize.
It's okay.
But I did want to pull up, and there's some things I want to say to y'all. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Okay.
It did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, I was about to say he is now going to tell us that it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It was made. It did what it was made for, folks.
I have a problem with some of the things that you said yesterday. Oh! Can I do a wrestling promo for this? Oh, I'm gonna do it like this. right?
Is Joe gonna be our CM Punk? Is he just the great disruptor?
No, I'm not trying to be a. I
It
can't even
feels
see
like you
myself.
are. It feels like he's here to be our CM Punk.
Uh, okay, can I just have a quick conversation with y'all?
Is it about
Um,
wrestling?
no.
Oh, what happened yesterday? 'Cause I was.
Well, I'm just a little upset with my friends because of the way that they talked about the Flash,
Mhm.
and I'm kind of upset about that.
Well, I didn't hear
And
that.
what I'm upset about is y'all know that it's the end of the Snyderverse, and y'all won't say
There
that.
is no Snyderverse.
How is it not a Snyderverse if he can I? It's okay if we can argue for a second. I love
No,
you. I
Joe,
love you,
we're
bro.
making a
For real.
wrestling
I
tier
love
list.
you, bro.
Why are you coming to? Why do you want to go against our wrestling tier list so
I
bad?
didn't know y'all was having a wrestling show. I thought y'all had the wrestling show the other day. I didn't know this was a wrestling
No,
show.
this is
Joe, this is there. It says the
Joe.
rest of the
We
right.
got. You see all these wrestlers we got to get through, brother, before Raw starts.
We do got a lot.
Wait,
Yeah,
what
We got a
what tier
lot to
list?
get through.
wrestlers too.
What are you doing? The best of Raw?
Not the best of all time.
Yeah, the best of all.
Oh, well, easily it's The Rock, Stone Cold, and Undertaker.
Well, we gotta rank them. This
No,
is
that's
Maybe
before the tier
Kane.
list,
Maybe Kane.
we ain't putting
not
Kane on this.
remotely. But
What? Who else? Who? What? Ken Shamrock? I can give you that.
Joe, do you know how many of these people on this list below? Pull it up so we can let's gauge Joe's knowledge. How many of these people are you familiar with?
At least Stone Cold to Steve Austin.
Okay, let's get on with the tier list, folks. Shout out to Unico Williams for popping
All
in and
right, I'm
brightening
gonna
our
get out of
day.
here. I just have a problem with the way how bad you were talking about the Flash, and
I
that's
haven't even
wrong.
seen it,
So
bro.
can we make a Unico versus Tory
I haven't
tier
seen the
list?
movie. As I said
Well,
yesterday,
you're
did,
all on board with Monray, and tell Monray.
d- the Great
I want you to
Disruptor,
tell.
our CM Punk, but
I want.
nowhere near as
I want you.
goddamn good on the mic, unfortunately enough. Drop a pipe bomb or let's
I'm gonna
keep
be.
it moving.
I'm gonna let you keep it moving, but I'm just gonna say this, Monray. I got one thing to say. You run around acting like Wonder Woman 1984 is the best thing you've ever seen before.
I think
You're wrong.
I think Monte hate every movie.
I was gonna say I don't think he
And
has a
no,
I don't think he has a good opinion for any of them. He's like these motherfuckers ain't
no,
tried.
I seriously,
Monte hate
no,
everything.
no, I honestly thought that y'all was on some other shit. I apologize, and I didn't mean to get into a show like this. But hey, shout out to I'm gonna cuss Monray out later. I apologize. My bad.
Let's go.
Let's go. And don't tell me that ever. What did you say about Dragon Ball Z's balls? Don't do that again, or it'll be me and you in the octagon, Tori.
Anytime you want it, son. You know the vibes.
Thought y'all gonna do this
No,
conversation yesterday. That's why I
no,
made the whole Luffy Goku thing.
no. I wanted to. But listen here, give me your Street Fighter name so I can beat you up.
It's Booty Hunter 765.
I'm not adding you.
Yeah.
All right, take it easy, Joe. Hollywood,
Get me out of here. Take me backstage. I got shit to do. I'm still at work.
Hollywood. What you say about Kofi? Hello, is Hollywood gone?
Oh, did we lose Hollywood?
Oh,
Okay.
I said what you were saying about Kofi. I just gave some stats. Well, he's back. He
Oh,
just
and then he disappeared.
hello.
You're.
Yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah, my internet is real McDonald's Wi-Fi today for some reason.
The daggone West Coast internet, motherfuckers.
Hollywood. We were saying what you were saying about Kofi. I just answered this. I know I kind of interrupted, but he asked me how many times he a 3-time United States champion, 4-time Intercontinental champion. People gonna put respect on.
But okay, wait. He's won the heavyweight title and not the universal yet, right?
No, he won the WWE.
Okay.
I'm still going A tier.
I yeah. Even though he's not a real Grand Slam champion, still A tier.
Only belt he's never won is the world heavyweight title. So
Or no, you mean the universal?
Well, WWE kind of yeah.
No,
Like
yeah, I was gonna say because there's the heavyweight title and then there's the Universal title.
then the WWE title. He won the WWE when it was the WWE
Yeah, the
title.
WWE title was originally the
Even though
heavyweight
technically they're the
title.
same title now, so I guess you do it consider he won. He just never won. I don't know. It's 2 minutes. They switched that belt to around too much.
We're not chasing lineages this episode,
yeah,
folks.
yeah. Next up, we had Finn Balor, the first Universal Champion,
Also, the creator of the Bullet Club.
which is part of the influence that he has in this.
I was about to say, come on now. Literal, when Bullet Club started, we had Finn Balor, Bad Luck Fale, and Carl Anderson. They were the dudes in New Japan who weren't Japanese. And they went out there and they beat up freaking Okada and Tanahashi, Chaos, freaking Los Facción, Ingobernable, all of them niggas. They ran through them. And I mean, look at the waves that freaking Bullet Club has till this day. And Finn don't even acknowledge that shit anymore. This nigga running with the Judgment Day. And we got a whole, literally, you got the whole OC that freaking AJ Styles is in control of, and think he didn't even become the leader until after Finn left.
It's called the original club, and the original person's on
The original
roster.
club and the original person is literally over on the Judgment.
Well, technically,
Day
they did
side.
invite him to join, and he's like, "I do my own thing."
Yeah.
After he invited them to join him, it was.
But there's no way that Finn Balor's not A tier, at least in my opinion. I mean, think of the takeovers. Think about the moments that the Demon had throughout freaking his NXT run. Then the singles run on the main roster. I'm pretty sure he got the IC title in there at one point. Freaking first ever Universal Champion. Not to mention his second NXT run where he went back as the Prince.
He did have the coolest turn I've ever seen. Though.
Yeah, it was dope. There's no way in my mind that he's. I'd understand if he's not S tier, but I have a hard time putting Finn Balor at anything less than A tier. He trained. Think about it. He trained Jordan Devlin, JD McDonough. He trained Becky Lynch. Fucking not to mention a plethora of other people too. But just those two alone. I mean, come on.
By the way, we're probably gonna switch some people around once we see who's in the top list because some people might not fit.
Yeah.
But how the hell?
Finn Beasley?
Yeah.
Off of the, I can give him an A tier, because his impact is heavy.
Yeah, the Bullet Club's still riding strong. There's niggas
the first Universal title.
I think there is somebody in every major wrestling promotion making money off of something that Finn Balor started. Whether it's Impact, where you got the ABC with Chris Bay and his freaking tag team partner, whether it's the OC and WWE, whether it's the Bullet Club, freaking War Dogs that are in New Japan now, whether it be the Elite or Bullet Club Gold and AEW. There is not a freaking major wrestling promotion on the planet right now that doesn't have some form of the Bullet Club in it. And it's all thanks to him and Bad Luck Fale and Carl Anderson. Went down the drain once they started letting Japanese people in it. It lost its flair. It wasn't the Gaijin only stable anymore.
Sure. I mean, you said A? How did?
Yes, sir. A.
I agree. Next up, we got Andre the Giant. He's just legendary because we know him, even though
he's legendary. But how many Andre matches have y'all watched? Because I've only watched. I'm not even going to front like I've watched like two. I've watched the Andre Hogan match, and I've watched maybe like one or two other matches.
Listen, he was a part of the moment that probably made wrestling the biggest it's ever been. So
he set in the boom period for sure. Which is why Vince paid him for so long until he died. You know what I mean?
So, where y'all feeling he's rated?
I feel like people will look at me crazy if I say that I think he should be B tier below. It looks crazy if someone you putting Andre under Finn Balor.
Them wrestling heads going to eat you.
I was about to say, think about the old heads that would do. I mean, impact wise and out of respect, I almost feel like we should put Andre at S tier because he was dope in the Robin Hood movie. He was hilarious. And we think about the stories about Andre though. How he used to just have like 3 or 4 bad bitches with him at all points in time, freaking just knocking bitches down all over the place.
How you feel about Andre the Giant? I don't know how the hood froze again. Oh, there you go.
Andre the Giant.
The internet is going crazy again. Hello? You
I
back?
wasn't really watching. I wasn't really watching wrestling when Andre was in his heyday. So like,
I don't think he was alive, but
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we were.
yeah, man.
I was gonna say, I didn't come out
Just
the
out of
womb until
respect,
'92, folks.
just out of respect, because I know like he
I
was like,
watched Robin Hood though. I know he was in Robin Hood.
I know he was one of the first quote unquote obviously his name was Andre the Giant, so he's one of the first giants in the wrestling industry. So he paved the way for
Almost 7 feet tall. What,
for all the
6'8",
huge.
some shit like that.
You know what I mean? I'll give him an A tier.
yeah.
He did have the match with Hogan.
He changed wrestling. I'll give him an A tier too.
Next up, we got Double A, Arn Anderson, out here biting niggas' thumbs off in 2023. Luchasaurus know what the fuck's going on.
Armed Anderson.
Armed Anderson out here. What are you? Nah, you're tripping, bro. The Enforcers, Arn and Tully, like this was the part of '80s wrestling that came in the early '90s, right when I was born. That was okay.
Tori, there ain't nobody on this list that you. If you don't put Arn, there's nobody on this list you gonna put below B.
All right, man. I just want to say, if it was him and Tully or him and the Four Horsemen together, they could go up in B tier, in my opinion. Maybe A tier.
I love Arn, but this list is absolutely crazy of people. So you gotta put somebody low. This is the greatest of all
He
time.
is out here biting niggas' thumbs off in 2023. I guess we could throw Arn Anderson in C tier.
Hollywood.
Arn Anderson.
The Enforcer, man.
I could give him a B tier.
I was about to say, bro, I can see Arn in B tier.
I could B tier.
Because like I said, him and Tully, bro, the Enforcers, we got so many good memes about Arn blowing niggas' faces off.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'll B tier him.
Tori, you agree?
I agree, B tier.
I put him in C, so it evens out to B. Bill Goldberg.
D tier, fuck Goldberg. He be out here injuring niggas left and right. Don't even care about that fucking long ass streak fucking Eric Bischoff pushed you on. You almost killed the Undertaker, nigga. I'll never forgive you. D tier for Oldberg. This is where I let my bias show wholeheartedly. I don't give a damn. Y'all niggas.
I think I gotta give A just to balance this
He
out.
ended Bret Hart's career.
Goldberg.
He ended Bret Hart's career, bro.
I gotta balance this out, Tori, so I'm just gonna say A just to balance this out.
Right.
He ended a man's career. The excellence of execution.
He did.
So how do you decide where he's going?
He stayed way past his prime.
I'm gonna give him A strictly off of WCW. WCW Goldberg.
This is crazy.
But I'm fine with B. But
it just because Tori brought him down, so I gave him A just to balance this out. It's ultra biased, right?
Ain't no way Goldberg should be this high on anybody's list. This nigga gave himself a concussion on the way to the ring.
Tori, this man shows up to any arena, they screaming his name just off nostalgia.
Bruh.
That's Impact.
I don't know. They ain't brought him back in a minute since they realized we were tired of that nigga.
Next up, we got Booker T. King Booker.
Listen,
Booker T's A tier all day.
Just strictly off of Hulk Hogan.
Five time.
Listen, S tier, we coming for you, nigga.
Oh, you're right. I could get down with S tier.
Just off of that.
He got two rings, bro. He got two. Him, Harlem Heat, and by himself. Think he was Booker T was so nasty. His wife got a ring for fucking being his manager. Let's not act like Charmel didn't get in the Hall of Fame for being nothing other than being King Booker's queen. What are we talking about?
What y'all saying?
S tier for King Booker.
I'm gonna have to go B just to balance this.
Hey, the
spinner Rooney, bruh.
Yo, shout out to A tier where the black people seem to reside on Juneteenth. Next up, we got Bret Hart.
Oh, the best there was. The best there. I mean, he the best
The
there
best
was.
there was, the best there will be.
You know what I mean? It's S tier. Like, this is Bret
Yeah,
Hart.
there. I mean, come on, the excellence of execution, bro.
I'm telling you, this gonna be Spectre yesterday.
Bruh, how are we saying Bret Hart is anything other than S tier? Honestly, go back and look at the matches.
I ain't even talking about Bret Hart.
Think about the feud that think this was damn near before I was born. I went back and watched the whole feud between him and Owen. It was like 93 or 94 when that shit happened. So I was like 2 or 3, bro. I went back and watched that shit. That was powerful. That was an actual feud between brothers. And that was before the Stone Cold shit. Before Goldberg ended his career with a fucking botch stiff kick, whatever the fuck that was. You guys know the kick he used to do. The weird one.
Next up, we have Brock Lesnar. I don't mind Bro. Oh, hello. What you say? Did you say S tier?
Yeah, he said S tier for freaking the excellence of execution.
I just making Hollywood said S tier before I put him up there. I don't mind it.
Who we at? Brock Lesnar?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar.
But you said S tier for Bret Hart, correct?
Oh, yeah. S tier for Bret Hart.
Bruh.
Brock Lesnar, I'll go A.
Yeah, I'll give Brock an A too. Just because he be doing shady business sometimes. You tried to run off with the belt. He did run off with New Japan's belt, and then Vince had to pay to get that shit back. But because of that, we got Brock Lesnar versus goddamn Kurt Angle in the Tokyo Dome, which is a sick match to watch, honestly, folks, if you haven't seen it. I think it happened in 2007. I think's when that shit happened.
I'm gonna have to balance Tori out in a minute. I already know this. Next up, not on this one though. Next up, we got Bryan Danielson.
Bruh, he is an S tier.
I want to go A just
but no, don't go A just because you think he's an S tier wrestler too.
But
this is the American Dragon, nigga. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
I'm going A.
You're
Bryan Danielson.
I feel like it's gonna be categories in the S tier, and I don't like having different categories of it.
Submission.
This nigga got the word yes over. Nigga still chanting it to this day. He ain't even there no more. What are you talking about? Impact wise, match wise, on the mic wise, he does it all.
How's it? You just said
listen, where you go? Man. I want to go S.
See?
But am I going to put Danielson over Lesnar?
Me personally, I would. But I understand why impact-wise you wouldn't.
I'll give him A. I'm going to go A. That's the lowest I'll go.
I'm okay with that.
Time for me to balance out again. Chris Jericho. I knew it.
S tier for Jericho.
What?
Well, I don't have to balance out. Okay, I can decide.
This is crazy.
How is Jericho not?
This nigga is a vampire. Look at every person that he's worked. He tricked Tony Khan into signing him in a 10-year deal. What is Chris Jericho's? He's in his 50s. What the fuck are you going to be doing 10 years from now? I don't even see him in the ring at 60.
I'm just going strictly off.
This nigga is going through goddamn midlife crisis dementia right now, throwing fireballs at people saying, I'm a wizard.
I'm just going strictly off of WWE Jericho. S tier.
This is crazy.
Grand Slam
champion. But that's the thing.
First undisputed title. First AEW
Jericho was a long time ago. He is still currently wrestling.
This is all-time list tour, not
just but he's still currently working.
And therefore, he's the first AEW champion, first undisputed champion. Had probably the craziest intro ever to wrestling when he interrupted The Rock.
Yeah. Well, get the balance it out because we all know how
Tori, you talking about got the Yes Movement over. I'm going to put it on the list over.
Yeah, the list. He shouldn't be on it.
I'm gonna put it on the. I'm gonna put your name goes on the list. He got that over. Yeah. He also had one of the best feuds I ever seen with Shawn Michaels.
He's also trying to siphon heat off of young talent currently.
Well, half of these people
on a regular basis.
A lot of these people.
Let me ask you, Zalmay, did you enjoy the two 60-year-old men's bat fight in the ring?
That was absolutely awful. You know how I feel about Chris Jericho, but this is all time, and he's an all timer, so I have to go
Listen,
Couture.
I gotta go get some Tylenol real quick. Y'all niggas
I
done
put
gave me a
Jericho
headache.
in S
S
tier.
tier for
Couture hates
fucking.
all old people on this list except RNS. It's crazy.
Y'all should you might have to make the list after this one.
Tori, like Tori, so biased. We like, so it's a lot of for your favorites. So I understand how this list is kind of hard. Next up, I'm gonna talk about this one. We got Cesaro. Only I put him on the list because he's a great wrestler and all that. But let's be honest.
I think Cesaro.
But he is an ROH champion, so I am allowed to put him on this list. So, but still, let's be honest.
I'll B tier him.
Y'all like I'm putting him in D tier. Cesaro is on this list. On this list with the group he's in.
He's a C or a B for me.
Tori, you gonna bring him up or keep
Who?
Cesaro?
Claudio. No, I mean shout out to Claudio. I give Claudio a C because I enjoyed his work in Chikara with Eddie Kingston, and I enjoyed the bar too. He's done some okay stuff.
ROH
He's not the worst.
Next up, we got this one. We're gonna talk about for a little bit. We got two back-to-back interesting. First off, we got CM Punk.
Pepsi Phil. One Bill Phil, nigga. One Bill Phil.
What y'all got him? What you got CM Punk?
This should have been the time where Joe came in. Respectfully, I've got CM Punk probably at A tier because I was a big CM Punk fan back in Ring of Honor. I got the super nerdy pop when he came out to goddamn AFI Misery and Kentari when he came out to that against MJF. Pepsi Phil's an A tier for me. I could see him be an S tier.
Hollywood.
CM Puzzle. I don't know. He's floating between that A and B for me.
Bruh.
Man.
Think about it. He was going to take the belt bye-bye. He was going to take his ball and go home.
Only reason I can't put him in B is because ain't no way I'm be honest. I cannot put Kofi Kingston ahead of CM Punk.
There's no way you can put Kofi Kingston. Like it's gotta be A tier, bro.
Unless we move Kofi down, I'll put CM.
I can go A. That's fine.
I was saying, ain't no way. I'm sorry. I don't know. CM Punk is got to be ahead of it.
I was going to say CM Punk is that dude currently.
We'll see though. He's a needle. He's a
needle mover. He's a ratings fluctuator.
Yeah. So you gotta put him up there. I can't put Kofi ahead of him. So if we have to do that, we have to.
Unfortunately, as good as Kofi is, he's not exactly changing the ratings when he pops up on the screen.
Next up, we got Cody Rhodes.
I'm kind of offended that you don't have blonde Cody Rhodes.
I had like 2 pictures, just the one to upload.
Cody's B tier because we're talking all time. I think we could come back to this list in a couple years, and he'd probably be A or S because I think Cody's, at least me personally, I think Cody's doing some things right now. I'm intrigued. We know he's good in the ring. We know he can talk.
Nick, how the hell? You agree?
Yeah, I'm good with B tier. He did bring us the white Intercontinental Championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The best IC title.
Cody Luther King. Cody Luther Kang.
Yeah, listen to something. But so we giving Cody B tier. That's what we at.
Yeah, B tier is cool.
But
Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. What we putting him at? Never won.
I hated Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect, one of the best heels ever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I hated Mr. Perfect.
He was
I hated that nigga. Like
he threw a towel in people's face.
Bruh, he was just an asshole, bruh.
Definitely A tier for me.
Tor?
I had to give him B. I hated him, but I didn't hate him that much. He was wishy-washy by the time I was really paying attention to wrestling.
Do we have to argue this? Do we have to argue The Rock?
No, he's S tier.
I was just saying we don't have to argue. There's no point.
Like, come on,
right.
No one's arguing The Rock's not S tier.
Yeah, he's probably at the top, one of the top of the S tier. So,
yeah, I was going to say if there's tiers in S tier, he's near the top tier S tier. He's damn near double S.
Know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's no argument. Not only that, he became the biggest movie star in the world. So it's like impossible to
Yeah.
argue. Next up, we have Diamond Dallas Page. How you feel?
DDP.
How do you feel
They
about
sort of
DDP?
ruined DDP for me when they were like, "Yo, go stalk the Undertaker's wife." That was the most horrible way to ever introduce somebody from opposing brand to the new opposition, the former opposition and current owner's audience. Like, yeah, why don't you stalk one of the most beloved members of the company's significant other and let that be your gimmick to start? But if we're counting the stuff he did in WCW, I easily give DDP an A, maybe no B for DDP.
Hollywood.
We are on who we on?
Diamond
Diamond
Dallas
Dallas Page.
Page.
DDP. I mean, I did love the feud with Taker. I did love
You
that.
liked him stalking his wife? That
Yeah,
was one of the biggest. I was like, bro, this is not the way you introduce Diamond Dallas Page to the to the
yeah.
former
Stalk
enemy now
Taker's wife.
audience. I mean, this was crazy, and he just, bruh, you remember how that ended with the Undertaker's wife doing push-ups while she pinned this nigga? Diamond Dallas Page, former WCW champion, nigga. You enjoyed that? What are we talking about?
Not that part, but just the what I mean.
I
But
took that shit personally because I love the Undertaker. We share a birthday. Shout out to the Undertaker. But
listen, I'll
yeah,
give him a B tier.
Toy, what did you give him?
B.
Listen, and also shout out my boy Logan Paul returning tonight on Raw.
Yeah, I'm ready to see that. He
Yeah.
better not take that open challenge for Seth. We already saw that match. I need you to go against somebody else that you can win against.
Next up, we got William Regal.
Ooh, Steve Regal.
The Regal stretch. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's a manly man. You remember that theme song? Oh, he's a manly man. That shit was, bruh. They did my boy bad, but he could work his ass off.
Definitely.
We wouldn't. Hey, do we take points or add points that we wouldn't have the BBC without freaking William Regal? We wouldn't. We wouldn't.
Probably
We
would have
wouldn't
better
have,
if he stayed, but he was gone, so it didn't matter.
because I don't know if man. They're so awkward. At least no lower than B tier for William Regal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was instantly thinking B tier for Regal.
Next up, we got Drew McIntyre.
If we got Cesaro in C tier, I got Drew McIntyre in C tier too.
How the hit?
I like Drew's. We knew what he had the IC title.
He had one of the best comebacks though to
Yeah, I
actually
mean,
get fired from the company and then come back and get a run as the champion, beat Brock at WrestleMania, even though there was nobody there that year.
His revamp run definitely, I can put him in B tier for that. Yeah, I mean,
I just didn't want to load B tier up too high, so
I got him C tier too. He got a chance to turn around if he come back when he come back.
The American Dream, baby. The American Dream.
Listen, Dusty on
Dusty
the mic.
Rhodes.
Dusty was just listen.
Dusty got to be A tier at least, because we ain't gonna act like there's not. You go to any independent promotion today, and I'd almost bet you money there's a Dusty finish somewhere on their card.
Mm-hmm. It's hard for me not to say S tier for
I was
Dusty.
gonna say I just didn't want to. I didn't know how we were feeling about it. I'm completely behind putting Dusty Rhodes in S tier. This nigga changed wrestling from the booking and still used to give us crazy matches.
Facts.
I got him.
And he was never in shape. He was one of the original everyman wrestlers. The son of a plumber, baby. The son of a plumber.
Next up, we got Eddie Guerrero.
Latino Heat. Viva.
He lied and cheated cheated, and stole his way to our hearts.
So we got Eddie Guerrero.
I gotta give Eddie A tier.
Yeah, Eddie is A tier.
Never gonna do not it. Next up, we got Brody.
I mean,
Bruiser Brody? Bruiser
Yeah.
Brody is A tier all day. This nigga was mangling and strangling, beating the piss out of niggas, real deal. Like, and
Bruiser Brody.
I'm from Indiana, which is, you know what I mean. Bruiser Brody had his promotion down here and everything, so well up here from you guys. But yeah, Brody's got to be A tier. I mean, from
Holla.
promoting to wrestling, but
I
he was,
mean, I fucks with
and
Brody, R.I.P.
yeah,
But
he got stabbed to death in Puerto Rico.
I can't put him above Mr. Perfect.
What? You can't put Bruiser Brody above Mr. That's crazy, nigga. This
Nah,
nigga ran a whole territory.
Mr.
Mr. Perfect could never.
can't do it.
Could never.
I love Bruce Brody too, but he got to be B. Next up, Bobby Lashley.
C tier for old Bobby Lashley.
Holla, Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lash,
They just ain't used Bobby Lashley right in a
B tier.
long time.
I'm gonna put him right here. He gotta be.
Man, we gonna put Lashley in C tier. That's crazy.
Just the act.
Bruh, you saw that this nigga was down with Trump. This nigga was the ECW champion in defense of Trump. What are we
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
he was. Oh yeah, Trump. Oh yeah, no, he can stay where he at.
I was gonna say, come on now.
I ain't know that. I ain't know that, Bobby. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of that, the next two is interesting. Next up, we got Kane.
Man, listen, are you asking me to keep out Kane's political beliefs right now?
I gotta ask you.
You want me to remove Kane's crazy fucked up political beliefs
Yes.
from his, so you're asking me to separate the art from the artist?
Yes.
Still C tier.
Hollywood.
He's not the Undertaker.
Kane. I could.
What
I could.
I only take away from Kane because Kane never would have worked without the Undertaker. It wouldn't have gotten over without the Undertaker. He was Isaac Yankem before this. This nigga was a dentist before Britt Baker was born. Come on now. And now he's a crazy Republican fucking mayor that doesn't believe in a Schmorsons or anything like that. I mean, come on.
I could give Kane. I could swing him to B tier.
See, and I'm saying C, so it's up to you. Where's he going, Zelman? C tier. Fuck Kane. Fuck you, Glenn Jacobs.
Listen, I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like, we don't even discuss this. He should be up here, but it's Juneteenth, baby. He going down here.
Yeah, thank you. It's Juneteenth, nigga. Come
Ain't
on.
no way. I'm gonna be honest. He should
Ain't no
be up
way the
here.
Republican mayor of Knox County is getting up.
No, I'm talking about Hulk Hogan. We putting down there.
Oh, D tier all day. Fuck Hulk Hogan. This nigga's finisher was a leg drop. What the fuck are we talking about?
KK Hogan. I mean, somewhere my man, Amazing Spider Cam is shaking his head vigorously for this.
Ain't no way he better now.
His finisher was a leg drop.
Listen, Hogan is S tier, but because of it,
no, he's not.
Hogan is undoubtedly S tier.
He is S tier, but it's Juneteenth.
What's your favorite Hulk Hogan match?
Because it's
what's your favorite? What's your favorite Hulk Hogan match? Goddamn it!
Tell me you didn't rip yourself apart.
Hogan versus The Rock.
Nah, bro, I ain't fuck with Hulk Hogan because he was tired out and literally was balding by the time I was born. When I was seeing this thing, the NWO, I watched the NWO for Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. I didn't watch it for fucking Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan is A tier, but it's Juneteenth and no way.
No, that nigga is G tier. If you want to hang out with Hulk Hogan, go down to his fucking weird beach bar in Florida where he pays random women for wet t-shirt contests in 2023.
Happy Juneteenth, baby.
R.I.P. Iron Sheik. It's fuck Hulk Hogan. He's a jabroni for life.
So my simple question, is this supposed to be based on, them as the wrestlers?
Impact. We're taking into account. Impact in ring.
Because strangely, this makes no sense for the last two picks. Kane should be probably B tier. Come on now, let's not.
Without the Undertaker, he's nothing.
I'll let you speak.
Kane is B tier.
That is true. That he wouldn't have made it over without the Undertaker.
Isaac Yankem, dog.
A lot of wrestlers can say the same thing about people that they were put up with. Perfect example. I don't even know if you got into him yet. Randy Orton would have never have made it had he not been a member of Evolution with Triple H. Yet we still give Orton his props. We can say that about a
Triple
lot
H
of
married the
wrestlers.
boss's daughter, though. And
No,
Randy
and I'm not
Orton's top
adding the
tier
stuff
because he's
outside of
amazing
wrestling.
in
I'm not
ring.
adding the stuff outside of wrestling. Kane
Oh,
being
I
C
hopefully
tier is
admitted
wrong.
this. I give y'all a reason why Juneteenth.
Like Kane being C tier is wrong. Hollywood
It's
Hogan being
Juneteenth.
anything
We
less
ain't
than
putting.
B tier is
You
just
want
an
to put.
abomination.
You want to put a Republican pundit?
I don't care what
in-
I don't care what his political status is. We're talking about the wrestler. Get your bias out of it. The wrestler.
No, I
Wrestler, nothing less
I
than
gave
B.
a warning about my bias beforehand.
Nothing less than
Monte
B.
brought Kane up, so Kane go to
Is
the
nothing less than B. 'Cause that
There,
nigga
all
was
right, fine. Put Kane in
Hulk
B
Hogan is
tier.
not going up on Juneteenth.
No,
Hogan should-
Hulk Hogan
I
is
know,
going
Kane's not
nowhere.
public.
Look, I understand what Hogan did outside of
Hulk Hogan
No,
is going
That's
no.
not the
Bruh,
issue.
not on
This is supposed to
Monte,
be based on wrestling.
bruh,
Black men. No, black
his
men.
finishing
It's
move was
based
a
on
leg
wrestling.
drop. Hulk Hogan's matches were garbage. He
Look,
had
I'm
popular
not
action
saying no.
Listen,
I'm
figures.
Bill
not saying
Hollander
put him
admitted
in
it.
S tier.
Monte.
I never said put him S tier. I said put him B tier. I didn't say it.
No, me and Hollander said
No.
he S tier, but he's staying in D because of Juneteenth.
I said put him in
But
B
that's
tier.
the thing. Hulk Hogan wasn't that good in the ring,
Bro,
bruh.
we going
Hulk
off
Hogan's
impact, Tori.
promos
No,
were
I'm
never
with
that
Tori.
dope.
I'm with Afro Kami on that. In the ring, he's not as good, but just overall, as much as he got over, as
But
much
we're
as his name
taking
is legacy
in
wise,
ring
he was
comes
a B
into
tier.
account.
Like putting him D tier is an abomination that makes his
it's an
look. Come on now.
abomination because it's Juneteenth.
I don't care about Juneteenth. Come on now, get the bias out. Put him in B
No,
tier and
we
be done
care
with
about
this.
There ain't no
Juneteenth.
bruh.
Put
This
him in B
is
tier and be done with
Happy
this.
put the Juneteenth.
Like, put him in B tier. It don't matter. If we put him in Juneteenth, Booker T should be S tier. So you're still wrong.
No, we
No,
no.
No, if it's
Booker T-
Juneteenth, Booker T should be S tier.
Listen,
Listen,
Hulk Hogan.
we do got
from
Kofi
you,
A
nigga.
tier, dog. We doing
Put
a lot.
Hulk.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could. I'm not against Booker T being hey, we said S tier and fucking
Like,
Zell
come
May
on
was
now.
like, y'all gonna
Either we make
overload
this
S
stuff seriously
tier.
or we make it a joke. Come on now.
Listen. We don't.
You have no
I,
good argument for
I
Hogan
don't
being a D
think
tier.
you
There's no argument.
I don't think you realize the public sentiment on
Because
Hulk
we're talking
Hogan.
about wrestling and not about bias. Like that, you
No,
know what
but-
Hogan did outside
But
of
I'm saying,
it.
what's your favorite Hulk Hogan? What is your favorite Hulk Hogan match, Monte?
Honestly,
What
it's
is
probably
it?
the tag team match with him and Rock.
That's crazy.
No. But it's like, hear me out. I'm not saying put him in S. I said put him in B. I said B tier simply because one, as far over as his name gets, how much legacy his name used to have in the WWE before they cut him off and all that kind of stuff, that knocks him up.
Before he got on his
skills
racist
are-
tangents and hating black
and his
people and
mid-wrestling
trying to
skills are
cover up
mid at
his
best. Bro,
son.
we're not talking about what they are outside of wrestling. We're talking about their name in there. If we talking about the stuff these folks did outside of wrestling,
No, but if we talk about the stuff, think about the people he blocked. Think about the people he blocked, blackballed. Think about the people he got. Oh, that doesn't work for me, brother. Think about that. Think about all the times I have creative control. This nigga. Think about all the people he refused to lose the belt to because he had creative control. He is one of the most prominent reasons why WCW failed.
We can't bring him down because he did cause two companies to fail.
Bruh, he did more. I'm saying he did more damage to wrestling while he was in it than good.
Is he not one of the biggest names in wrestling still before they cut him off?
But we're saying
before they cut him off. Is he one of the
I'm
biggest
not.
names?
I mean, you guys got to even it out. I'm putting him in D.
I said
You guys
B.
are average.
And we put him in B, even though he's a D tier to me too.
I said B.
He's
like a
a
wrestler with an A tier, S tier name. Like it is what it is.
He's an S tier name. He's an S tier figure, but
and like a D or C tier wrestler. So I said B.
So B tier is fun.
Like we're gonna have to even this out. Like I'm gonna have to keep the Juneteenth bias out of it. I'm sorry.
No, it's happy Juneteenth. Let's go over Juneteenth.
We gotta keep the Juneteenth bias. We gotta keep that.
We got it. This is the Juneteenth.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like
Christian Cage. You know what I mean?
I'm already fighting Tori on half of these biases anyway. Chris Jericho,
Christian's a C tier for me. I'll C tier.
I agree. His heavyweight championship run really wasn't amazing. Him individually,
amazing tag team run.
Yeah, like him, Edge and Christian was the top of his thing after with the blonde locks. You know, outside of that,
he had a decent little Impact run. I didn't hate his Impact run, the first one.
Didn't he have an East?
But now he's literally a manager currently.
Yeah, I'd say C-tier.
But he's still amazing on the mic and still decent in the ring too for being his age.
Next up, we got Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy didn't make an impact. I don't care.
Don't you got to remember, Zelmay, that slip we all saw last week was
The
intentional.
Hardy Boys run, his singles run, he was WWE champion.
He did beat the
Yeah,
Undertaker
man.
for
He,
I'm
he,
between
bro.
I'm between A and B. I'm between A and B.
Yeah, I'm right there too. A and B,
Because like
because he
it's
did
a
have
top tier
some
tag
moments.
team run.
But
His singles
think
run
he,
is
I'm
is
putting him. I gotta
solid.
put him ahead. I gotta
but
put him ahead of
we
Kofi.
got to acknowledge
I'm sorry.
there's always a mark there. Think he went out and was hammered and tried to wrestle Sting.
Yeah, and luckily Sting carried that match because boy,
Yeah, carried that match and then freaking carried him to rehab too. But shout out to Jeff Hardy for getting back. Take as many trips to rehab as you need, whatever it takes to keep you alive, sir. I'm not one to judge.
Hey, we gotta put Jeff.
But
For me, Jeff Hardy gotta go ahead to Kofi, and I love Kofi.
I agree.
because Jeff's amazing, was amazing in the ring, is still amazing at times in the ring, but he spent what 2 decades of his life going through tables. Anyone's gonna be,
Yeah, one of the best high flyers to ever do it. I think A is fine. Who's next?
and that's the thing.
Next,
Freaking how
John
many?
Moxley.
Oh, this is wasted opportunity.
Okay,
This is wasted
John
opportunity.
Moxley,
The face of
dope,
AEW right now.
dope. He loves the bank addicted drug robbers. That's for sure.
Okay, so how much are we putting? Okay, I know AEW is not WWE, but how much are we weighing WWE compared to the other brands?
Well, we're weighing out their whole career,
Yeah, so
so
that's
Okay, if we're
Indies
gonna be
and
honest, that
yeah.
WWE career was like wasted opportunity outside of the Shield. It
yeah.
was very
But
wasted.
the Shield was a super impactful part of that switching of the guard in WWE when John Cena and everybody were finally realizing that they were going to make more money in Hollywood and they wouldn't be there. They were a pivotal point of freaking keeping things on the track.
That's
You know
true.
what I
And he the
mean?
only
Like
person I ever seen beat
that
John Cena on the
2000
mic in one on one.
that little 2011 to 2014-15 era, like
That is
where we're really
true.
unsure about
That
wrestling.
WWE singles run hurt a lot after that. Like
But that was bad booking.
yeah, it was.
Like
I'm
he
not
was
knocking
good.
it.
He was good in the ring.
I'm not knocking it. It was bad booking. Like it still hurts. I think I would say B. I'd say B tier. I think if you add in AEW,
I could agree with that. I could see lower though. But that's me taking out my biases towards his current work.
I think B
Freaking,
tier.
if you've watched any of our wrestling shows, you know how I feel about Mr. Moxley.
You should have told him.
Yo,
I'm a beat
are
that.
we really gonna put Kofi Kingston ahead of Jeff?
We can't do. Damn it, I can do that. I don't feel bad about
the
that
underdog
remotely.
story
You
from
know I
Kofi
don't.
went more over than any singles run he had. So I
He is the
would.
face of a whole nother company though.
Yeah, but that company is significantly less than WWE. So it's like,
But currently rising though. You got to think they just added 2 more hours of TV.
okay,
Listen,
let's be real.
Moxley-
It'll be years.
Let's hit Moxley right now.
No, but you got to think, Monte. When have we ever seen a company come along and in 4 years, Monte, they've got 6 hours on TV, 3 days out of the week, freaking competing numbers, at least pay-per-view wise. Although you can't really quantify WWE's pay-per-views with Peacock in the mix now, because that you know what I mean. That messes up things. You can't. I don't think you can quantify that. Like, but I'm saying as far as talent wise, that there are people that are just as good there, though I don't think they should have a women's division. I make that known on a regular basis. But I do take that into account. That's why I'm saying I could.
Like, it's true, but
John
like we
Moxley
can say
has
that, but it'll
done
be
a
another
lot.
20 years for AEW was anywhere near WWE.
Oh, I'm not saying that they're going to get anywhere, but I'm saying this at least as far as ratings go, they got to work on it. But they come close at times. We're not going to act like they didn't make WWE switch NXT to Tuesdays because they kept on losing in the ratings on Wednesdays.
Well, I mean, it's
that
NXT,
happened.
so I mean, nobody really
No,
cares.
but I'm still saying NXT was there first, and they made them switch.
Hold on, let's get Hollywood in here. Hollywood, how you feel about John Moxley?
Mox,
The MOX,
you know what I mean?
the bad boy from Cleveland.
You know, Mox is better than Dean Ambrose. So
Agreed. Mox is way better than Dean Ambrose.
You know they say
but he
Even
was
though
a
he
part
gets
of the
caught
Shield,
cutting,
though. He was a part of the Shield.
but think he gets caught cutting now though.
That's-
That didn't happen in the WWE because they don't let you bleed like that.
But
But
Hollywood,
I'll give Mox B tier.
we putting him ahead of Kofi.
Okay.
I wouldn't. B tier is fine to me.
But Kofi, hey,
You wouldn't put Mox over Kofi?
No, we're just talking about purely not the WWE standards. No, but like everything. Yeah, I think his singles run in AEW currently is a little bit better than the way they.
I was gonna say he's carried a company. I don't put that against him. He's not my cup of tea at certain points in time. Like I said, he's a bit too blatant for me.
And then if we
Ric Flair never got caught cutting.
I noticed that one of my pictures didn't come in. Edge, we all put Edge. His picture did not come in. Even
I'd put Edge a little bit above Christian. We put Christian in C. I'd put Edge in B.
Wow. Talking Edge, for me, Edge is on like A or S.
I put him at A.
Really?
I put him at A.
I don't know.
Edge had one of the best tag team to singles runs, like transitions of mostly any wrestling.
But think about how much he's cheapened it with his random comebacks. Like it's like, oh, I'm not going to wrestle again.
I don't think.
No, but I'm saying
it doesn't hurt as much.
We're still currently.
It doesn't hurt as much for him. It doesn't hurt as much for him because
and plus heel Edge is.
Well, I'm just saying it was a B for me. If everyone else
it would be an A for me. But that picture did not load up. I noticed one of the pictures I had that did not load because I was looking for it.
Yeah, Edge would be A tier for me.
I think it's A.
Next up, we had Ken Shamrock, the first Impact TNA World Champion. He did win the World Championship in WWE.
His title run was like less than like 100 days though, wasn't it? He didn't have anything.
Listen, Ken Shamrock.
Kurt Angle did it better though.
He was a good technical wrestler. I can give him B tier.
I wouldn't. I give him C.
I think I put him in C tier. Like his name did not go over. Even the WWE World Championship run, it's not even noteworthy most times. It's bad in the Attitude Era. He didn't stand out. So
now we turn on Ken Shamrock.
I mean,
I was never on his side. No turning on him.
Next up, we have the house that AJ Styles built. He built many.
Hey, you got
the phenomenal one.
He has to be the phenomenal AJ Styles, bro. Come on.
Yeah, AJ Styles from
second leader of the Bullet Club. I mean, countless amazing runs in Dragon Gate and Ring of Honor. I mean,
AJ Styles was that bull way before he even stepped in WWE. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's the only reason that TNA was able to survive for like the better part of 5 years. I'm of A tier easy. I think there's just no way. Like, he's the only reason they survived for like 5 years, especially considering the main event Mafia and Aces and Eights debacles.
It was the coolest part that when you pick. Get rid of
it. We know Taker is S tier. We don't even got it.
Yeah, Taker's S tier. There's no way.
We gotta talk about that. Let's leave him up there and we good.
Now this one is interesting.
Shout out to me and Undertaker sharing a birthday. I have to mention it every time. I love the Undertaker.
Remind y'all,
WrestleMania 25, him and Shawn Michaels.
All the reason he ain't in these.
Fuck Hulk Hogan. Y'all know, hey, just follow me on Twitter. I'm surprised Hulk ain't got me blocked yet, but y'all know the vibes. Just fuck Hulk Hogan. R.I.P. Sheiky, baby.
Hulk Hogan, you dumb son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shout out to Jabroni, you fucking Jabroni.
Don't worry, we're gonna bring it up again, and we're gonna do RIP and then bring it up again shortly. Next up, we got Kevin Nash. Did create the Outsiders, had a giant impact with starting NWO.
Kevin Nash, we had Diesel.
Big Kevin Nash, one part of the NWO, illustrious member of the Clique.
By the way, after this, we doing Razor Ramon because that picture ended up being corrupted. I just saw
his singles run kept petering out though. They weren't sustainable.
But also because that Wolfpack incident with Hulk Hogan ruined him.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of his singles runs just weren't.
That finger poke of doom made
his tag team and faction runs were good. It's just the singles runs never sustained.
For the faction runs, I could give him B tier, to balance out because his single run was.
Yeah, it just did not. Yeah. It just not survived.
Yeah,
I think B tier is fine. I think it's fine.
But he played a lot of backstage games too. Yeah. We ain't gonna act like old Diesel wasn't back there trying to pull stuff.
Part of the clique.
He was part of the clique. I mean, he was smart. Would you have went to work for Vince, or would you have sat at home on the Turner contract until it was up and then went back like he did?
Sit on the contract.
I'd have sat on the contract too. That's why I don't want to take that away from, because I'd have done the same thing. Honestly, I'd have sat on that guaranteed money and then came to WWE after the contract was up, just like he and Scott Hall did and everybody else.
Next up, we got a multiple-time WrestleMania main eventer,
KO.
multiple-time world champion Kevin Owens. They get Kevin Steen fight. Owens fight.
I would put. I'd put KO in A tier, yo. Kevin Steen. Bruh, think about it. From the Mount Rushmore of wrestling with the Young Bucks and Adam Cole to his run in NXT to freaking his feuds all the way when he first hit the main roster. He was either the second or third ever NXT champion. The work that he did leading up to the Bloodline wasn't bad either.
Stuff with Chris Jericho was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about freaking Chris Jericho and KO. Bruh.
He had one of the biggest, probably one of the craziest turns that people hated.
Him and El Generico back in the day.
Bruh. Shout out El Generico.
Yeah, like I said, multiple times.
Wherever he may be in the world.
That always hit you with multiple.
Like I said, KO's an A tier for me. I'm not afraid to say it.
How many of them, even in A tier, got a multiple time WrestleMania?
Go back, folks. If you're watching this, go back and watch freaking KO and the Young Bucks versus anybody in freaking Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
I could give KO A tier.
I think low A tier is fine. I think he's mostly been sort of like a jack of all trades. They've almost just thrown Kevin Owens in almost anywhere, and his career is able to survive a lot.
He had Stone Cold Steve Austin's final match with him, Monte.
So
Stone Cold chose him to have his final match.
I'm not worried about that. Like I'm just saying, just as a
and he gave him,
the
stunner.
WWE
went around,
just booked him and thrown him sort of everywhere. And he's mostly been able to get the most out of all the opportunities given. So I think as a whole, I think he's relatively fine. He's pretty stable right now, top tag team. I think a low A tier is fine. I think low A tier is fine right now. I think where he is fine.
Agreed.
Next up, of course, we got to say it. Rest in peace, Iron Sheik. So we got to rep
Iron Sheik, Sheiky baby. Camel clutch on your bitch ass.
You dumb son of a bitch.
You dumb son of a bitch.
So
just off of that alone,
Jabroni. People think The Rock came up with Jabroni. The Rock got Jabroni from the Iron Sheik, folks. Thanks. It is not the other way around. And The Rock will tell you himself that he only started calling niggas Jabroni because Uncle Sheiky showed up on the weekends and was talking that hot shit.
We putting Iron Sheik.
I'm just waiting to be done with Hulk Hogan again.
No, Iron Sheik here. We hate Hulk Hogan.
I'm just waiting to be done with it.
All my homies hate Hulk Hogan.
Had a rip on Juneteenth. Where are we putting Iron Sheik though?
I put Sheiky baby in A tier. I can see S tier, honestly.
Going that high. I'm like a B tier, to be honest.
Go.
He's not S tier.
Iron Sheik is a gem.
I hate Hulk Hogan so much that he just.
I'm more like B tier for the Iron Sheik. I ain't gonna hold you.
Don't act like Sheik ain't that nigga. Come on, the camel clutch was doing niggas in. The camel clutch was breaking niggas down. Ivan Koloff, freaking, he was knocking shit down.
Where you got Iron Sheik so we can get
Sheiky baby? Listen, Hogan, you dumb son of a bitch. Give me just off of that, I gotta give him an A tier, dog. You know what I mean?
Right. The app bounces is A tier then.
They put him next to Hulk Hogan. Because I can't give him that high now.
I'm not that high on the Iron Sheik.
But he's like Iron Sheik. No, we're gonna put him right ahead of Hulk Hogan. Slap Hulk Hogan in the face. There we go. Iron Sheik got slap Hulk Hogan in the face. Tell him, Hunter. My nephew said we don't like Hulk
Hogan. No, man, the Hulkster is garbage.
Ooh,
why do you think
I'm finna have a debate with myself.
Kiss this
Perk Angle, baby.
Perk Angle. S tier, dog. Like, come on.
I was gonna say, I agree. S tier.
I don't got Kurt no lower than S.
The only nigga you know just doing a moonsault just because they ain't call that shit at all.
Metal with a broken freaking neck, dog.
A broken freaking neck, nigga.
I'm fighting this A and S. Like I like Angle. Oh my gosh.
This nigga was wearing cowboy hats, talking to little tiny cowboy hats, talking to Stone Cold in the
Yo,
back,
they put
playing
Kurt Angle in
guitar.
the worst gimmicks ever, and he still survived.
Hold
He
on, I,
killed it
I got like
still.
hair
This nigga
angle
turned
playing
"You
the
Suck"
guitar
into
in
a
the back.
battle
I
cry.
got hair angle playing the guitar in the back in the freaking Attitude Era. I got him being champion among people like Rock and Taker and all
And
them having
then
their
think,
off beats.
after
And
he left WWE, you got the Perk Angle
like he
run.
got
Yes, he was
Miz
on
was
drugs,
trying
but he was
to
wrestling like a
connect with Stephanie
demon.
and Triple H.
How's he not S tier, Monte?
I'm
Come
trying to
on.
think of
He
any
did
reason
say
to
he
not
gonna
put
have
him there. Like
nasty animals with a black woman.
he did tell Booker T he was coming for his wife.
Yo, they put Kurt Angle in some horrible situations. He made it work.
like Angle was just
And
so
he made it
everything,
entertaining every goddamn time.
Like the only knock against Angle, even the main event Mafia runs against Fortune and stuff. Angle
That was Perk Angle, bro, and he was
That's why I
spitting.
say
What are
even
you
in
talking
those
about?
Angle was good. I
He
think
wrestled his ass off.
Angle can be S tier because like even the TNA runs Angle was good. I think he has to be there. I think S tier.
Low key, the TNA runs were more epic than the early WWE runs because Perk
The
Angle was a
early ones,
different
yes, but
kind
that's
of
because he was
beast.
mostly like the background heel when Triple H and Stone Cold and Rock.
Yeah,
He
he got there.
2 years. That's what he.
Brock
And yeah,
Lesnar
he
was
was
blowing
champion
up and
during all that.
leaving.
He did put John Cena over.
Yeah, he put John Cena over too. Clean.
So he put John Cena over when John Cena first came up.
Yeah.
Who are
He
you?
saw the future.
What do you
And he
think
said,
makes you separate
think,
from us? Ruthless.
ruthless aggression. You wouldn't have had the ruthless aggression line without Kurt Angle. He set up a whole era. There's no way he's not S tier.
Straight up impact and everything. Next up, we're gonna get a few. We're gonna get through with a lot of these because we at the hour mark. Vader. What we putting Vader?
B tier.
How the heck, Murray? Just quickly,
C
Vader.
tier.
Vader C tier for me.
We putting Vader C tier. Lex Luthor. What we putting Lex Luthor?
But
Can I go?
poor Lex. C tier for Lex. Oh, he can go in
Yeah,
D.
D tier is fine.
The steroids bit back in the end. Poor.
I'm sorry.
Poor Luthor.
Every time he became world champion, it was horrible. It just did not work.
We gonna put
It
Lex
was
in D
bad.
tier? That's crazy.
Yo, he went as a championship. They put money behind him, and nobody cared.
That is true.
And then he ran away as like basically being the top guy. He ran away to WCW and still couldn't get over. Even though he's an Hall of Fame and everybody on this thing, shit, about almost a Hall of Fame, so we got to put him in. Next up, we got Mark Henry.
Listen, the Hall of Pain, World's Strongest Man, B tier.
B
I
tier.
might go C tier. Look, the Hall of Pain World Strongest.
3-6 Mafia did his intro
No, the Hall
song.
of Fame World Strongest was his best run. Everything before that, like Sexy Chocolate with Mae Young, like
Yeah,
everything.
The
before
hand,
that,
Monte.
That was
The
bad.
hand.
That was bad
nigga.
work. The
everything
No,
before
the
his
hand was
Hall of
amazing.
Fame, World Strongest Hall of Fame run. Everything before that was horrible. Like
Listen,
everything.
he did.
bro.
You didn't. Y'all niggas
Everything was
didn't dig the hand.
He did
Like, bro,
cut
I
that
still
crazy
remember the
promo.
freaking writing where they had him and Mae Young, and Mae Young was pregnant. Like, bro,
Remember when he turned heel on
everything else was
freaking
bad.
John Cena?
That's what he talking about, the Hall of Fame run.
Fake
I
the
know
whole
that Hall of
crowd
Fame
out.
one
Thought
was
he
his
was
best work.
retiring.
Everything before that was horrible.
He came out in a pink suit.
Like
Yeah,
everything
man.
was horrible before then.
Had the crazy zigzag braids back into the.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
going C tier. Like
I'm going
like,
C tier
he-
too, so it's
everything
2B,
before
2
that was
C's, go
horrible.
C.
Like,
Next
him
up, we
being
got Matt
pregnant-
Hardy.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
Matt is below Jeff, so I'll give him a B.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
barely makes it B because of the tag team run. Because them singles runs were hit and miss.
What? Broken Matt Hardy?
No, we ain't talking about
Delete.
broken. I'm talking about.
Delete.
Do we need to go back to
Delete.
the one where Lita was pregnant with Kane's child? You know, the whole marriage fiasco, or you know, the
Yo,
on and off.
Trish.
I've been
Trish
since
saved
he
that house.
kicked the baby,
If it wasn't
nigga.
about Lita, his
Came out
singles run didn't
she
matter.
came out in white lingerie. And
Like if it wasn't about Lita, the single run didn't matter.
Next up, we got Mick Foley.
Oh, S tier.
S tier.
Yeah,
Mick Foley.
he had the best personality runs out of all of them, just right before he had.
His wrestling runs were amazing too. Amazing matches with Triple H, Randy Orton, The Undertaker, freaking Kurt Angle, all kinds of.
I mean, they were
and not
good. They were messy.
Listen,
Terry Funk,
he
bro.
got thrown off of a Hell in a Cell for us.
Oh yeah, he got.
And then got choke slammed through the cell to the
moments like that,
ring.
and where he got speared through a flaming table by
He
Edge and
basically
all
made
those. We
hardcore
get messy.
popular. Let's be honest.
When he got RKO'd through a flaming table by Randy
Hardcore
Orton.
was very niche until Mick Foley made it popular. Let's just be honest.
The thumbtacks. In the ring?
Yeah.
Bruh. He made sure to get the thumbtacks off after he had been thrown off the top of the cage, then choke slammed through the cage into the ring. He still made sure to get the thumbtacks. And then they say he had the thumbtacks in him and he was so messed up after the match, he had to ask the Undertaker if he remembered to use the thumbtacks. And he had thumbtacks all in his back already, covered in them.
Next up is probably too young, but he's up there, MJF.
MJF should be B tier at least. I mean, this kid is cash money. He could be the next Ric Flair. He could be the next Randy Orton. He could be the like MJF is that damn good. The Bidding War 2024 will happen.
Yeah, MJF.
They're gonna throw
B tier right now.
And he's the current AEW World Champion. We know we're finna get MJF versus CM Punk 3 now. We know it's finna happen. It's going to be an amazing match. Punk got the old championship in a red satin bag he's carrying around with him every Saturday, I'm guessing. So
I'm just saying, being that young in this group is amazing. Even though we hating on Hogan. We hate Hogan. Next up, we got Owen Hart.
R.I.P.
That's so sad.
Yeah, R.I.P. Owen. All that over a carabiner.
Yeah, I mean, B tier is fine.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Big Show.
Yeah.
Never forget they tried to pass this nigga off as Andre's son. This nigga don't look nothing like Andre.
Right.
Okay. I think B tier.
Yeah, I agree. Paul White can give B tier.
I think it's B tier.
B tier is fine.
It was difficult setting his personality apart in a lot of his storylines. Other than just raw.
No, I think he was just himself, bro. I don't think his gimmicks were ever that crazy. I think
you said he just turned every week just because he's.
Yeah, I think that nigga was just bipolar. He was just turning on everybody all the time because.
Listen, man, shout out Captain Insano, man.
Yeah, Captain Insano's always gonna go hard.
Next up is gonna be probably a little harder one, so we can take our time with this one. Randy Orton.
Oh, S tier.
I was gonna say A, but
widely known as the best wrestler.
Where did we put Edge?
A.
He's same
A.
Randall Orton is S tier. What are we doing?
Same place as Edge.
I love Randy. I could go for an S tier on Randy. I wouldn't argue with that
because he's the dude I put.
14-time world champion, bro.
I put him the
second generation.
Him and Edge almost have similar merits when it comes to their championship things. They were both wonderful work when it comes to their thing. They both got
Undertaker.
a few knocks against them, like the recent Randy Orton work. Not like
think about the Legend Killer run.
Like
think about the Legend Killer
run.
Authority,
like the whole run with Bray Wyatt and a couple of other ones weren't.
But think about the Legend Killer run, Monte.
I get it. What's I
said? Been like the best
wrestler in the world. I don't think he.
God tier.
The only reason I'm putting him A for me is that impact wise.
It's
like being the best basketball player, but like not changing basketball.
If I nitpick it, if I combine the end of his career, those were a little rough, with the beginning of his career before Triple H, I'd put him A tier.
Well, he was kind of doing
a bunch of legal stuff
and going to kick.
Even with Triple H,
hopefully he'll be back soon.
Even with Triple H, his stuff didn't really pop off until he broke off from him.
But
once he got the RKO, it was out of here, bro.
Like really, his career didn't really just take off until he broke off Triple H and had the title. That's where he took off.
Listen, to me, Randy Orton been like the best worker, but he's like the best worker that don't change the game.
Yeah.
It's like
he plays the game the best, most consistent.
Yeah, he's like Tim Duncan. You just like, he's great, but do I really rank him high? Even though he's probably better than even some of the A tier people.
You talking about Tim Timmy? Like, hold up now, yeah, you're right.
I'm talking about impact. When people hear Tim Duncan, they be like, "Oh man, in real life, Tim Duncan, a top 5 basketball player ever," but nobody want to put him in there.
Mr. Fundamentals, baby.
Yeah, because, bro, you just did it right, and
Mr. Fundamentals.
You didn't shoot threes like Steph Curry, and you didn't be big and dunk like LeBron. You didn't float through the air like Michael. You just shot the ball off the glass and scored a quadruple double every finals, and we didn't even notice. So you probably the best player on the court, but we didn't notice. That's how I feel about Randy Orton. He's the best wrestler out there, but we just don't pay attention to him outside of when he's doing something.
But he's had some memorable runs.
Yeah.
The cream always rises to the top.
Macho Man.
What we put
Macho Man for me.
Oh yeah, brother.
I gotta remove the bias because he definitely. If I keep my bias, he's S tier. So
That's one of the best elbow drops in existence,
man,
bruh.
I'll
One of the cleanest elbow drops ever. From the top rope, it's money every fucking rip. Beating Hulk Hogan's ass all over the place.
Monte, what you putting?
Oh yeah, brother.
I think I'm gonna A tier.
I give him an A as well. Wait, no, S because it's over Hulk Hogan. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
Well,
Who
Hogan
is
is
in
B.
B? So he's A tier.
Oh, okay, yeah, A tier's okay then.
I do like him right there.
Let's go, Macho Man. Shut up, Miss Liz too.
Rey
R.I.P.
Mysterio.
both of them.
This is probably the toughest one I had with.
Rey Mysterio.
This nigga brought the lucha mask to the mainstream.
Rey
That's
Mysterio.
impact, bruh.
Is there an
Yeah.
argument I can make to try to get
WCW
him
run. The
I don't think there's
WWE
an argument I can do to get him to S tier. I don't think there is. So I think I'm gonna have to
Bruh, he
get to A tier.
beat.
I don't think there's an argument I can get to put him in S tier. I think I have to leave him at A. He'd be like A plus. But
Matter of fact, if Randy Orton ain't S, then neither is Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah.
they're right. Yeah, A tier for Ray is cool.
Next up, we got Ric Flair, which I'm gonna just go ahead and say mine. He's the same thing as Randy Orton to me. Could be the best
Ric Flair
anytime.
is undoubtedly S tier. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say Ric Flair's S tier in my opinion
Monte?
too.
I put Ric Flair in A tier. I don't think S tier. I'm more of the same.
Kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, Rolex wearing.
Personality wise, promo
How is
wise,
Ric Flair
manager
not-
wise.
In the
all
ring,
that is
bruh.
top tier.
The slickest blade in the business. What are we
16
talking
time
about?
But his
champion?
wrestling towards
Not
the
S-tier?
latter part of his career is not entertaining.
Yeah,
to watch.
I think we can all agree.
This is my thing.
His retirement match should have been the Shawn Michaels match. We shouldn't have had to see the decade after that him wrestling.
No, I said like him wrestling in the latter part is not other than just him falling out and
I ain't gonna lie though.
knife edge chops. It ain't really entertaining to watch him wrestle.
I don't know about putting Ric
So
Flair.
that's two. Me and Hollywood got him at S. Monte's got him at A. So where do you have
A
him?
plus. He said A. He said put him in the same place as Randy Orton. What he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
kind of hurt me putting Seth ahead of Ric Flair.
I don't know, because you can't compare Randy, and I love Randy Orton, but you can't compare him to Ric Flair. Ric Flair was the NWA championship for fucking like 500-600 days, defended that shit 3 days a week, made all the towns, all the flights, all over the fucking country,
Okay,
bro.
cool.
Like
if we're gonna make a comparison between them two, I put Randy Orton in S before I put Ric Flair in there.
that's crazy,
That's
Monte.
blasphemous.
That's
to me.
wild.
Randy Orton himself would tell you that Ric.
I was gonna say Randy. I don't think Randy would argue he's above
It's
Rick.
my decision, not his.
I did put Rick ahead of Randy, but it's still A. it's still A. Even though it do hurt because it's weird putting Seth up here. why?
See, that was done before
I would say
I'm like Randy and Rick and A and Seth and S.
Ric Flair should be S tier,
That
bro.
was before me because I would put Seth Rollins at A tier. I was
like Seth ahead of Randy and Rick is crazy.
I wouldn't put him there. That's y'all.
Rick should be an S tier though.
But you putting Seth ahead of Randy?
Yeah, me personally. But I watched a lot of independent wrestling.
They've done not matter.
Listen, Monte. No, we're talking about their whole career here, not
And
just
Seth
their
is over
WWE.
Randy in the whole career.
No, I'm saying Randy's only been in WWE his career. Seth has been all over the fucking world and then came to WWE and did exactly what he said. Freaking, he was telling the Young Bucks back in Ring of Honor he was going to main event
Randy his whole career.
I'm just saying Randy was handed the WWE. Randy didn't, and Randy's amazing. Randy's a second generation wrestler. No, but I'm saying you're at me personally. Yes, I'm putting Seth over Randy.
Craziness. That's insanity to me.
You're not putting Ric Flair in S tier. What are you talking about?
Right, I'm not, because Ric Flair wasn't entertaining to watch wrestling wise for like damn near 5 to 10 years.
But we're talking about their whole career, Monte. We're talking about their whole
careers. I understand that.
Let's go through some more of these. By the way, we don't have to do the road. I was thinking I was going to do tag team. Then I changed my mind because it'd be too long. So we're not going to do the road warrior. But Jimmy Snuka.
If we were older, we'd say S tier, but I could do B
B tier.
or A. I like Jimmy Superfly Snuka, but he got.
I said, what you putting on Jimmy the Superfly?
Jimmy Superfly Snooker. I mean, I'll give him B.
Put him B. You go ahead of Hulk. Oh, that's not the right one. Where you go? Put him ahead of Hulk. Next up, we see, like I said, I thought we were gonna do tag team. Then I realized how long this list was, so we're not doing tag team. Rob Van Dam.
I give Rob Van Dam A tier.
I mean,
Mr. Monday Night, the whole damn show.
RVD.
Yeah, I give him A tier.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. RVD is not in the same tier as Ric Flair and Randy Orton. So
I know Ric Flair should be in S tier. We know. I'm with you, Hollywood.
Like, I mean, both of them shouldn't even be an A tier, to be honest. But whatever.
Ric Flair shaped wrestling for the rest of its
I put him
existence.
bottom A. He's ahead of most everybody in B tier easy. But I'm looking like Rob Van Dam. Like I'm talking Jeff Hardy, Eddie, Booker T. Rob Van Dam
Brock
right in with
Lesnar.
them.
Yeah, he is right there.
Yo,
in that
it's like
list.
I ain't gonna lie. A tier seems like got like a tier list too in itself. Like, oh, this is
Like I'm feeling
A-tier,
like I'm like Rob Van Dam fits right in with the back five.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Seeing Kofi and A tier with these people kind of make me like, come down.
And we know RVD was smoking weed the whole
Ah, we
time.
switching RVD for Kofi, dude. Oh, we switching RVD and putting Kofi down.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that then.
Okay, because I'm like,
Although the New Day was like an actual top tier.
Yeah, but we're not counting tag teams.
No, we just talked about Jeff Hardy.
No, we talked about his singles run.
I knew this Jones.
Jeff Hardy's singles run does not qualify A tier.
That's why I said there should be like E tier and like that's why I
Not
said
this
there
count.
should
We
be more.
included the Hardys because Jeff Hardy's singles run is not A tier by itself. Stop there.
no, we include most of everything.
I agree though. Jeff Hardy could go down to B tier.
Like if it's only singles run, then yeah, he got to go down. If it's including the tag team stuff, then he goes up. He stays up there.
So what we doing? We switching Jeff Hardy to B tier too?
Yeah,
Are you
we
only
can
doing
take him down to
singles?
B tier.
If you including their tag runs,
I was
you
gonna
gotta
say
go.
if
If you
we're
include the
including tag runs,
you gotta
there's
go
no
down a
reason
notch.
not to
Matt
put the
Hardy gotta go
Warriors
down
up
a
there.
notch. Like we only doing if you only doing singles, a lot
Oh,
of them.
Matt Hardy down. I'm down there.
Matt Hardy gotta go down then.
We put Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
To
I'm cool.
Hell, Booker T needs to go down one spot then.
Whoa,
King Booker.
King Booker. King Booker.
Yo, Booker T went through so much. We can't put him down. He got
No,
bruh. Too much.
His mom died. Bruh, his mom died when he was 13.
You are adding
Then
stuff
he
that
was
has nothing to do with wrestling.
then he was an orphan. Then he went to prison for 5
You are
years
adding stuff that has
and
nothing
got
to do
out.
with wrestling.
I'm adding wrestling stuff. Vince put him through something his first 5 years.
But I get the
And but think he
WCW
killed it in
I'm cool with him on
WCW
those.
too.
But A
Because we're
tier?
talking about their whole career. Think he had an amazing. Why do you think he's in the Hall of Fame twice? He had an amazing tag run and an amazing
So
He is a
singles.
Hall of-
he
he is a-
is
He is a single.
Two-time Hall of Famer.
we're
Hall of
including the
Famer for a
team stuff
tag
then.
run.
Make up your mind.
But
Are we
think-
including the tag team stuff they've
That's
done
up
or
to
not?
y'all. I
But-
didn't clarify.
Then go ahead and put
But
Jeff
I'm
Hardy
just
and go ahead and put
saying
Matt Hardy back up there.
he's. But I'm saying he's in the Hall of Fame twice. He's in there for his tag run and his singles
I mean,
run.
we understand that, but we also understand that the WWE Hall of Fame is not what we would make our Hall of Fame to be.
He was so good, his wife got in the Hall of Fame for being his manager,
And
nigga.
that
What are we
shows you
talking?
that the Hall of Fame is full of crap because she didn't do anything.
Queen,
You're proving
queen,
my point.
she was the queen.
You're-
All right, let's carry on. Roddy Piper.
I give Roddy A tier.
Yeah,
Piper's Pit.
Roddy Piper. Yeah, he can go.
Although, arguably, we wouldn't have all the talk shows on wrestling today if it wasn't for old
We
Roddy.
don't know if that was a good thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that adds points or takes them away.
Okay, next up we got Sid Vicious.
I hate Sid. Sid's D tier, in my opinion. He wasn't that good in the ring.
I agree with
Freaking, he
Tori,
wanted to take time off to play softball. He no-showed shows because there were softball tournaments. Fucking Sid.
Tori take a lot of personal stuff, but he did say he was gonna be biased. So, Mama, you got any problem with Sid?
I was I told him. I know entirely too much about wrestling to leave it all the biases out on certain
Like, I don't
people.
even
Because it affected the company as a whole.
Like, I don't even know. Next up we got
care.
Sabu.
Sabu. Still showing up till this day, broken down. Not did you see he tried to jump off the rope? This nigga didn't even jump off the top rope. He just fell. He just fell. He just leaned forward. Did not jump. Go back and watch Double or Nothing, folks. Sabu with Chris Jericho and Adam Cole. This nigga did not even jump off of the top ropes. It took him forever to climb up there, and then he just fucking just trust fell off of it. It was like, I hope one of these niggas catches me.
So we put
it was embarrassed. He had a chair fight with Chris Jericho.
Man, I like the chair fight, but the match of Rey Mysterio was even top tier.
The Sabu is hilarious, bro.
So we put,
shout out ECW original.
Like, is it bad to put him in A tier on the back of Robin and then the rest of them? Like,
no, we're not putting Sabu in A tier off the back of his trilogy with the fucking RVD. Fuck no. B tier. I can put Sabu in C tier, honestly.
Flair, man. We not doing
okay. B tier is fine.
Like, come on.
C tier.
I can go for C tier for Sabu.
C tier.
I kind of want to go
C. I was gonna say C tier Sabu.
It's just a wrestling match.
Trust falling off the top rope.
Except we got Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe is, man, I got to take out the bias because every time I see Samoa Joe now, I just see Sweet Tooth singing the thong song.
Potential too, bro.
I just see Sweet Tooth singing Cisco every time I see Samoa Joe now.
Oh, man, Samoa Joe.
He should be B tier because he can't be in the same place as Ric Flair, God damn it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Move Ric Flair to S where he
Ric Flair should be in S tier.
C tier is fine. They wasted him in WWE, so it's good.
John Cena is.
I don't know. He had an amazing. Samoa Joe had an amazing NXT run, and then came up to the main roster.
We already know this.
Yeah, I would say John Cena's S tier.
Yeah, they ain't no
big match. John.
Next up, we got Bam Bam Bigelow.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
C tier or D. I don't care about Bam Bam.
What?
I'm with Hollywood.
I think he should be C tier, yo. Bam Bam Bigelow was one of the first big men that made it to where we knew big dudes could fly.
I hated that flag because most of them need to stop.
Right. Who had a Kevin Owens is the only person that's had Kevin Owens and Jacob Fatu are the only people that have cannonballs nearly as good as fucking Bam Bam Bigelow.
Next up, we got Raven.
Fuck Raven, D tier that nigga.
Raven, I don't care. I don't care.
Scott Steiner, C.
Scott, what? Scott, I agree. Got low key. Scott, but Steiner math, bruh.
Yeah,
Steiner math.
Definitely.
Their promos was crazy. I love their promos.
We know HBK is S
tier. I gotta put my shades back on now that we start talking about Big Papa Pump.
HBK up in S tier. C tier is fine for Scott.
Yeah, Sean goes S tier, no doubt.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Shinsuke's A tier for me because we're talking about their whole careers. This nigga is the king of strong style.
Yeah,
he carried me. He
literally squandered him in WWE for the most part.
It's
we're talking about the whole career, Monte.
I know we're talking about whole careers, but how much are we weighing down the fact that currently he's been wasted for the best part of 3 years?
No, but that's why we're saying the whole career. I'm saying this nigga took the New Japan United States Championship, and for the first time ever in the history of New Japan, it main evented over the heavyweight championship for the first time ever. New Japan is the biggest company in Japan. What are we talking about? Think. Vince has tried to buy New Japan consecutively for years and years, and Baba and Inoki have told him no time and time. Well, they're all dead now. But I'm saying,
isn't one of the top 3 wrestling companies.
But I'm just saying, Shinsuke's A tier in my opinion.
I put him B tier.
How the?
I mean, I want to put Shinsuke in A tier, but I can't put him in the same tier as Ric Flair. So
Ric Flair should be S tier. There's no reason.
This is the litmus test, dog. That's why we need the litmus test. Right?
You know what I mean?
Do we have to argue this? This is probably.
Who is that?
Well, we know
Stone Cold's S tier.
We know Stone Cold's S tier.
Stone Cold's S tier. We're not arguing.
If you want to get this out, yeah, go ahead and put him in there. Who we got next? Gonna get this
$1 Million Man Ted DiBiase can go C tier. Fuck the $1 Million Man.
He was $1
million
champion to the highest order. C tier is fine.
Terry Funk.
Terry Funk is. I give Terry Funk A or S.
You notorious love Terry Funk.
I love Terry Funk, and you know it. I love him. This man busted his ass, and there you wouldn't have hardcore wrestling if it wasn't for Terry Funk fucking doing crazy death matches in Japan.
Yeah, B tier is fine.
Next up is
Terry Funk wrestled until he was like 70-something and was doing way better matches than Ric Flair and Sabu.
The whole evolution in A tier, right? So
What are we talking about? Triple H is S tier. Stop this.
No, but if we're not putting Ric Flair in S tier, we're not putting Triple H in S tier.
Like, there's no argument for Triple H.
I agree. I agree. A tier for Triple H.
There's no argument for him not to be S tier.
And there's no argument for Ric Flair.
Ric Flair not to
Flair's
be S tier.
matches sucked the last 5 to 10 years. His matches sucked.
So
there ain't no way we're putting we're not putting Triple H over Ric Flair. That is crazy. All of Evolution will go into A tier. If you agree that Ric hold on. If you just agree,
Evolution is a victory.
Damn, we missed Batista.
Listen, Batista would be a B tier.
Watch wrestling wise for the better part of 10 years, and they want to argue for it. What the heck, bro?
Batista would be B tier anyway.
Next,
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega is S tier. I'm gonna just keep it a book.
Hey, I give Kenny A tier.
A tier, bro. Like this is amazing.
They put him ahead of. Oh, they put him next to CM
Don't
Punk.
you put him ahead of Punk, you motherfucker. Don't you do it. Don't you put him ahead of Punk, goddamn it. It'll be brawl out all over again.
Let's go. Next up, we got Ultimate Warrior.
Fuck Ultimate Warrior, D tier, that nigga. He was a horrible person and trash in the ring.
Next up, we got Bray Wyatt.
I give Bray Wyatt B tier.
Same.
The Tribal Chief.
And of course,
it's
the Tribal Chief. This is for Monte.
The Tribal Chief is S tier. Monte would try to argue.
What you mean?
No, the freak he's not.
The Tribal Chief is A tier. Just give him A tier.
He's not
what?
S tier, bro.
We're putting Seth Rollins ahead of him, right?
He is A tier.
Hey, Wrestler of the Year 76.
That man is A tier, bro.
Hey, but we're putting Impact.
He should be. I would put Roman in S tier.
That man is A tier, bro.
Nobody liked the big dog.
He is A tier, bro.
They always.
I don't know. The dog food getting poured on him was kind of funny.
Tier, bro. No, we're not doing
Hold on,
that.
if Roman going down, we putting Seth down too.
That's fine with me. Roman is not an S tier wrestler,
okay. That's crazy.
Roman ain't got no argument to be.
Seth was the first ever NXT champion.
Roman got the longest championship in 40 years.
That man's not S tier. We not doing
He
that.
an 8-time WrestleMania main eventer.
Yeah, and how many of the main events are actually good?
Fine, move them both down to A tier. Fuck it.
We not doing that. Y'all can be biased against Triple H all day. Not doing Roman.
I can't believe Ric Flair's not S tier still. That's crazy.
Right. I'll make the conundrum. Like, if you put Ric Flair up, you're gonna put Triple H up then.
Fine. If Ric Flair goes up to S tier,
Ric Flair goes up, Triple H goes up.
Okay.
I live with this.
All right.
I live with this.
Well, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins at the top of A tier.
Okay.
Fine.
I guess so. Man, Roman just gave us the best story, one of the best stories ever in wrestling in the last 3 years.
That's cool. And what did he do before? You know, the
what he was told.
In his championship,
he did what he was told until he finally told the niggas, "I'm gonna do my thing," and now he's amazing.
That's cool. Even the championship runs he had before the Tribal Chief were noteworthy. Were they good? Did anybody care? Nope.
He did have one decent.
No, I don't know. The run against Brock. We remember that shit.
No, he had like 6 runs against Brock, so one of them.
I was gonna say he's had the belt more than
exactly. Like before the Tribal Chief and the Bloodline.
But we got to remember, it's going on over a decade that Roman's been in the WWE. Yeah. He's been there for a while.
Actually, when we moved Ric Flair and Triple H up and then moved Roman and Seth to the top of A, I kind of felt a lot better. It felt.
I can live with this. I was not finna accept Roman Reigns being an S tier. I refuse.
But Ric Flair did need to be an S tier, bro. Rick did so much for wrestling.
Triple H to me is like
niggas wouldn't be getting paid what they're getting paid now if Ric Flair hadn't started off like an actual champion.
You want to give Flair S tier because of legacy. I'll accept it.
Well, I mean, legacy, and you got to think he had a lot more matches before the 5-year period you're talking about.
I was actually more like closer to 10 years. Like,
because you got to think Ric Flair's been wrestling since the 70s,
all
bro.
Those matches are not classics. All the matches ain't just wonderful. Like,
no, but I'm saying, think about
championship runs are not just high noteworthy. They're just not.
No, but I'm saying, think about like The trilogy he had with fucking Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. 3 of the best wrestling matches ever, right
Let's
there.
talk about
All of main event in Madison Square Garden, freaking main event in all of these different arenas and shit. Like, and that was in the 80s going into the 90s. Then when you get into WCW was on that nigga's back. He was the only reason it survived long enough for the Monday Night Wars to really be a thing was because of Ric Flair.
we also get to add in that TNA and Impact run of those matches too. Like, there's not acting like
but I'm saying he did a lot more time doing amazing shit than he did doing the bad shit.
I get you, but I'm not finna just forget the bad crap. I'm not finna forget, him and friggin' Carlito and Chavo Guerrero at WrestleMania.
But think he low-key set the pay scale, bro.
Which is these matches that were just ass.
We said we were doing this off of impact, in ring, and freaking popularity.
I said everything. It's fine.
Yo, I got a question. Is there any way anybody can move up to S tier? How do you do it? If anybody can.
Are you talking about him first or anybody?
Anybody. Anyway, any one of these people can move into
The
S
only
tier.
one I think would qualify moving up to S tier might be Orton. That might be the only one.
I think Bryan Danielson should be S tier. I love.
Hey, technically, me and Tori would have to say Roman because we did put him and Seth.
I definitely said Roman should be S tier.
Roman and Seth, the first 3 niggas, Roman, Seth, and Randy. I
think
they can all go up to S tier.
They could all be S tier, to be honest.
No.
Roman Reigns if he end this story right, he's gonna be remembered by children.
If he sticks the landing, we will be talking about this for years and years to come.
That's fine. That's one storyline. That's cool.
Nigga, this is Monte. 1 3-year storyline.
Yes, one that's been too damn long.
Greatest
No, it hasn't been too long. Nigga, we're getting Monte. You're saying it's been too long. We're talking about how sad.
Not to mention, we ain't just talking about the storyline. We're talking about the in-ring performances. Roman's matches aren't even that damn good.
You're tripping. You're fucking.
Yo, he made Logan Paul.
All these title defenses and all his title wins and everything are not wonderful matches. Most of them is ass,
bro.
Most of them is like story driven.
I was gonna say, Roman is fire in the ring. You're tripping.
Gonna go back and be like Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania was an amazing match.
No, we talking about the bloodline. We ain't talking about before.
No, I was gonna say we're talking about the bloodline run right now. Bro, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, fucking.
I didn't hate the Finn Balor one just because Tori.
You just said Finn Balor. I can go ahead and get out of here.
Why you bring that one up?
No, I'm saying Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, fucking. They took Randy Orton out. They fucked Matt Riddle was out of there. Like, bro, come on.
For killing off dang near
main event Jey Uso.
They can't even wrestle against him no more. He was so bad as a champion because of the booking of WWE and everything, not just him, but because of the booking of WWE, that they literally had to gain an additional constellation championship because they screwed up and couldn't even take it off of him. Screw that. That ain't no
That's how great it is.
No, but Cody not taking the belt off of him was the right call.
No, it was not.
Yes, it was, Monte. You are tripping.
You know the sad fact about it? The same bloodline storyline going on right now could have been done without him as champion. The exact same.
No, it couldn't.
Because you could have had this same downfall happen as a result of him losing the championship.
I think you have to go a complete different story.
Monte's tripping.
Doggone championship and held hostage for another 2 to 3 months. And you talking about this, man, please.
I'm enjoying it. Monte's the only person that's not enjoying it, bro. Everybody, if you go and look at all the people, go look at all the people who went back and turned around and said, "Yo, I admit, I think this was the right thing."
But you saying like he literally held the championship hostage, then forced them to make a constellation championship prize.
That's how great
half people didn't even respect unless you give it to Seth Rollins. You had to give it to somebody that technically he didn't beat. Man, stop this. No.
Yeah,
listen, if they landed Monte, this is probably the greatest storyline ever.
Story ever. Monte's.
I didn't say that it wasn't.
I'm just saying if they land this, I don't know how they're gonna land it. The plane still it's coming down. Let's just see if it's on the track. That's all I need to know. If it's on the track, we might have. Now if they land in the water,
we're about to get Civil War, yo. I'm here for it. Civil War is gonna be fire.
How you feel about? How did I already say the top 3 can move up to S? So
yeah.
I agree.
MJF also one of the people I say can move up this because he's in B and he's like 24th. How old is he? 25?
I was about to say he should be at least A.
He still got a little work to do to get to some of them people.
I mean,
He almost
he
there.
give me a couple more title runs. I can move him up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out to
Because
Shout out to Kenny Omega
MJF's
for
going
being
to
on
be
in A.
he's going to be a Hall of Famer,
Is Kenny
guaranteed.
Omega
But
the only person in A that never been in WWE?
yeah,
That's an impressive feat.
it
Well,
is.
MJF and also on this, but
Yeah, but he was a security guard for Samoa Joe.
he was, and he got pushed by Samoa Joe. Was hilarious.
Yep.
Oh, they need to play that storyline back. I need that. Like, you remember you were my bodyguard?
They can't because freaking he's the ROH champ. He's the ROH television champion right
Other than
now.
that, I don't have no problem. I think Roman can move up. I think Seth can move up. I think Randy will be able to move up.
I
I think
agree.
MJF has a chance to move up. I don't. Everybody else kind of stable where they are. I think. But other than that, that's all. I don't know how Kenny moves up unless he do something crazy in WWE. What do you think?
Yeah, and I enjoyed the belt collector
Belt
gimmick,
collector gimmick was amazing.
but I don't think it goes over.
The belt collector, y'all remember when it was comparable because they started about the same time. The belt collector versus the Roman Reigns bloodline. Everybody like it's comparable, and then Kenny got hurt, and then Roman just kept going like an animal. But
True.
I like this list. Let me know who y'all agree with, disagree with. I know CM Punk fans gonna come here and like, CM Punk is not he ain't, but
Though he has had some S tier moments.
he has 100%. But he and if you go off, he kind of set stuff back a lot too. So he also it is the reason he wasn't invited to ROH that time as well, not just WWE. But he do move tickets, so he keeps coming back. He moves tickets. Because I promise you,
He'll pop you a rating. That's for damn sure.
I promise you, if most people did what CM Punk do, they will not be back. Wherever promotion they be.
But he looked good in the ring from what we saw on Collision.
But y'all know
when he pulled off that Bulldog Lariat, I was like, okay, he's got some juice left, maybe.
Tori, where can they find you? We can get out of there.
At AfroComedy765 on all platforms, of course, on Overall 99 Media. Being an Overall 99 scumbag, you already know Just a Fan Wrestling every Friday. You know the vibe, something flagrant, something inflammatory.
Of course, we got the co-host, a.k.a. Hollywood. Did he freeze again? Right there in the intro, he been doing good all night.
Oh, we might have a frozen Hollywood Sensei.
Hollywood, let's see. I think Hollywood frozen, but hopefully he'll be back. But you can follow him if he can't get back. Hollywood_Sensei215. There you go. Hollywood, what can they find you?
Yeah, man. Hollywood Sensei the Blur Cartel. You know, you can find me on the Blur Cartels on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. Also, the Roundtable Podcast every Wednesday. Welcome to Hollywood. And the What It Sound Like podcast every Thursday. You know what I mean? And also, GGC Mafia. We back.
Yeah, we back.
Yeah, buddy.
We got some cool stuff we're going to do, but when we got to get our schedules right, we're going to be able to do some cool things. I'll be that. We didn't have a video today because if y'all ain't told, my energy low. So we got a lot going on. And, of course, follow Overall 99 Media, GGC Mafia, all that. I'll be that news. You can find me at all those places. And, of course, y'all know how we got to end it.
I go by young boy, not zip you up from talking shit. These niggas bitches, and I know that they ain't bogus. Can't come home.
Oh, that ain't really how we end it, but y'all can ask some simple questions.
Who are these